Welcome back, everybody, here to the VisionGaming channel, and well, we are here for another incredible, episode of the Ibex Gaming League. My name is Hodge. Joined alongside me is Mr. Squiddy, and we've got an incredible match here on stream for you today. It's DIVE Esports taking on Scythe of Seraph as we get towards the closing stages of league play of the Ibex Gaming League. And Squiddy, it's been quite the interesting tournament so far, hasn't it?
Oh, it's definitely been a quite interesting tournament so far. And something that's gonna be really fucking interesting today is gonna be this series, because it's basically do or die. The winner kinda already locks playoffs, the loser's already kinda out. Obviously, there's like some intricacy to that. There might like be some other stuff that can like happen, but it's like pretty unlikely that like the winner can like still drop out, you know, and like the loser like still dropping in. It's because of the tiebreaker rules. It's quite complicated from like what I've seen so far. But like,
I don't like maths.
Yeah, but like in general, we can say winner goes to playoffs, gonna like take all the glory, have like some fun and like some more games, you know, like the loser just like gonna cry, going home, not having a good time.
Well, you talked about the season there. Let's have a look at the season overall and see what the league table standings are looking like. We'll bring things up on your screen. Some things quite surprising here, some things maybe less so. Obviously, you've got teams like DIVE Esports who've dominated the Swiss scene for a while. VisionGaming the same, up at the top of the standings. Really not a surprise. But then you see the two teams we're focusing on here today, SOS and DIVE, 4th and 5th, like you mentioned. One team could be locked in playoffs. One team, it's going to be an unfortunate day for them. But when you look individually into the team's matches, it's certainly pretty good. But before we do that, we've got to have a look at the team comparisons, haven't we, Squiddy? So we're going to bring up the team comparisons here between the two teams. Obviously, we have SOS and then DIVE on the other side. What things are maybe standing out to you on this graphic here?
You can like definitely see that, especially on like the side of SOS, they are like struggling a lot with like their shot conversion rate and like their assists per game, like seeing that they might like have some struggles in the offense, like creating goals, actually scoring goals, like also being like 8th in like goals per game, just like showing that their offense is probably not really their strong suit. But then you wonder, okay, if they are like not scoring goals, like why are they like still in contention for playoffs? And if we look at that, then we can like see saves per game, 5.45, first in the league. So they are like probably like the classic team. Like, okay, we are not scoring one more goal than you. We're just conceding one goal less than you. You know, like they are just like gonna be the team which is defending a lot, which is like trying to actually not concede any goals, like find this one counter attack maybe, and therefore win the game this way. But today they are like also playing against the second best team in that regard with like DIVE Esports, but who's also like first place in demos per game. So like maybe cracking up that defense with those demos today on DIVE's side might be the strat today to like actually find the weakness of this SOS lineup.
Well, we'll see what they're able to do. But yeah, that saves per game really does stand out to me there. I have to say, first and second in the league, especially when you've got all those stacked teams in the league. It's really, I guess, showing us how this is gonna go in a nutshell. It's looking like it's gonna be quite the defender-sided matchup, but maybe to have a look at the players we have competing today as well and go to our starting lineup comparison. You see on the side of this SOS side, it is Mystica, Splash, and Swiftly, and then on the side of DIVE, you have Turb, Engib, and Nost. So, you can see all the different stats from the players here. There's definitely a couple of players on this table who've really been sort of standing out and making their mark, haven't they?
Definitely. We see like on DIVE Esports side, they actually have like 2 players who have like even like a first place in one of those stats, which is like Engib with like assists per game at like 1.89. And on the other side, we have like saves per game on Nost sides being like first with 2.16 saves per game. So that's like actually like some good shit we like doing here. Also like Engib with like the 4th most demos in the league. On the other side, Swiftly like having 2.0 demos per game, 5th place in the league. Like there's a lot of players like standing out individually, like showing their value here on the pitch, on the space. And therefore, this might actually be like a super close series. We like just saw like the league table before. SOS obviously like the team which gave like VisionGaming their one loss. It wasn't like DIVE Esports as what you might have thought. No, they are playing together against each other tomorrow. So like SOS even like being a team which is able to at times beat like the upper teams, and that's gonna be like a hard challenge for DIVE today.
Yeah, well, we've highlighted the players, we've talked about who maybe stands out in this game, but now it's time to hear from the players directly themselves. We're going to cut to a quick little interview where we got the chance to speak to the players and ask them a couple of questions about this matchup beforehand.
Your team has by far the worst shooting percentage in the league. Allegedly, you also spill your water instead of inserting it into your mouth. Is it a skill issue?
Ja, dazu würde ich sagen, wir haben zwar mit Abstand die schlechteste Chancenverwertung, dafür die besten Vibes auf dem Platz, und persönlich mache ich mir da eigentlich keine Sorgen, da wir schon gute Gegner geschlagen haben und auch sehr viele Wins in der Season einholen konnten. Darunter war ja auch VisionGaming. Das war eine Series, die hat uns sehr gefreut zu gewinnen, und ich bin confident, dass auch mit schlechter Chancenverwertung wir trotzdem die Series entscheiden können.
With DIVE being ranked as the 6th best team in the league in the player survey, you guys weren't frontrunners to compete for the playoffs, yet here you are. What makes this DIVE team so good?
I think that honestly, the fact that we've been playing for so long together, it's been a few years and we haven't changed the roster at all, and we understand each other, we can talk to each other much more frankly than many teams do. I mean, I can insult my teammate if I want to, and they don't give a shit, so that's the point that many people don't have this advantage. And we've been playing so much together, and we just keep understanding each other and stuff. We progress slowly, but we do progress. We don't have that as much time as many other players to play the game. Apart from Nost, yeah, he has no job, so he can play. But me and Turb, we have to study and stuff, so we don't have as much time as most of the players do. But we still keep getting better, even though I'm 25 years old and I feel like an old man. But yeah, and also first weeks, it was a risk playing. Maybe people saw it was risk and they were like, this is not good enough. He might fuck up. Not my fault.
With the match versus DIVE Esports ahead of you, how do you prepare for a win or go home series of this magnitude?
Im Prinzip gibt es da keinen Unterschied zu einer anderen Serie. Ich betrachte das wie eine ganz normale Series. Das Wichtigste für mich nach dem Aufstehen ist es, ein bisschen zu essen, dann danach direkt mal ein bisschen O zu spielen, um mein Gehirn zu aktivieren. Dann gehe ich meistens auf einen Spaziergang mit meinem Hund, und kurz vor Scrimbeginn bin ich dann meist noch mit Bärchen oder mit anderen Kollegen im Core, um ein bisschen noch runterzukommen. Und zwischen Scrim und Ligaspiel habe ich dann meistens noch eine Minute, 2 Minuten, wo ich mich hinsetze, noch kurz bete, und dann geht's ab in die Series.
You are rumored to be an infamous cat enjoyer. What do your cats have to say about your performance in the IGL so far? What would it mean to you if you were to clinch a playoff berth in the IGL?
Die Playoffs wären ein sehr tolles Ende zur Ligaphase, und ich würde auch lügen, wenn ich nicht sagen würde, wir rechnen eigentlich schon mit den Top 4. Wir sind auch in der Zeit sehr als Team zusammengewachsen, sind durch dick und dünn gegangen und haben auch schon einiges erreicht, würde ich sagen. Egal was passiert, ich hatte meinen Spaß und konnte sehr improven, da man auch eine sehr gute Competition hat. Und ich muss auch ehrlich sagen, Schweizer Community, ich habe euch ein bisschen unterschätzt, ihr seid besser als gedacht.
You are ranked 4th in most demos per game, while also shooting an abysmal 12.5%, which ranks you as 3rd worst in the league. What is it that makes you play Rocket League over games like Call of Duty?
I've spent so much time playing FPS games in the past, like shooting at people and stuff. I was initially a huge CSGO player and stuff, but I got bored of it, started demoing people in Rocket League, which was way more fun because people don't like demos in this game. So I love demos, I love putting pressure, and also that's kind of my playstyle. I'm not good mechanically, let's face it. I'm 25 years old as well, soon to be, and I don't have as much time as youngsters can practice mechanics. So I'm just there to be in the right place at the right time when I can. But when I can't, I'm just demoing, putting pressure, shooting at net to make people panic and stuff. And most of the time it works. So yeah, unless people are really cold-blooded, people start panicking, and I just put pressure. We win, and I don't get any credit because demos don't give anything. And honestly, I'm fine with it. Also, I'm not even the worst shooter in the league. I mean, I've heard that the worst one was Risk, huh?
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
He played for 3 weeks, huh? But still worse than me when I didn't play for the last 2 months in the game. Like, I was in holidays for 2 months, got back and got better than Risk. So good enough for me. I mean, I'm just here to win. I'm not here to get to be the best. I'm already good enough in assists, demos, and it's enough for the team. So why try to get glory and score like mechanics when I don't need to? But if I need to, I'll try.
What is your prediction for the upcoming match?
Also ich bin super confident, dass wir das mit dem 3-1 packen. Wir haben ja auch DIVE in Scrims in der letzten Woche schon gut eingeschränkt, und wir haben jetzt auch in Champions Road einen Top 64 Finish gehabt. Da sind wir auch sehr stolz, die Practice ist da. Ich weiß, Zwefli hat ein bisschen einen anderen Standpunkt. Zwefli sagt, wir gehen da mit einem 3-0 raus. Ich sage, es wird ein 3-1, aber auf jeden Fall eine spannende Series.
I don't know the exact score, but all I know is that we're gonna eclipse them out of the top 4. They're just not gonna play the playoffs. Sorry, but it's ours.
Final words for your opponents.
Also DIVE, ihr werdet die Demos in der Series holen, wieder für den Sieg. Wir werden eure Demos dodgen und euch die Tore hinten reinschenken und schicken euch damit nach Hause. Ihr könnt uns dann auf Twitch supporten.
The view might be funny. Sorry, but those are much cuter than your fucking dog.
Welcome back, everybody, after that little video that we got to chat to the players with. And I have to say, what an interview, right? It's Squiddy. It's always nice to hear the initial thoughts, of the players before a match. But also, I mean, this is like a zoo. This match. I mean, we should honestly just change this to, and just like, instead of having a competition here in Rocket League, we should actually just have like a massive like pet showcase, and everyone can just, get in a call and showcase their pets. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, that would be a great idea. Like, we all love pets. We all love like some cute doggos, some cats, or like whatever you have. Like some have hamsters, other have like birds. There's like a lot of different options on this regard. For example, I have a cat as well. Like it's just sleeping on the couch behind me right now. But yeah, I'm not gonna stand up and like showcase it right now because we are like actually getting closer towards kickoff, just like waiting for the players to arrive right now. So like, as always, obviously, like I mean, it's like cool to like cast a game of like air playing against air, like no ball rolling and stuff. But like, to be honest, I would like to like actually see some action. Like that would make things like a bit easier for me. I don't know how it's like with you and on this in this regard, but yeah.
I can tell. I would like to see some gameplay. The gameplay is always fun. But no, while we've got a little bit of time, we've already talked about I guess the league table currently. But why don't we talk about the individual matches that these teams have played before that? And I mean, first up, we're gonna head on over to Scythe of Seraph matches, SOS, and see what they've been playing this season. They've had some very good games to start out this season, and it really started quite positive, right? A win over My Insanity 3-0. Already you're sitting there and going, My Insanity's a team with a lot of history in the Swiss League. Then a 5-game banger against VisionGaming that I actually got to cast, and a really, really good match from SOS that was. It maybe slumped a little bit since, but I mean, it's quite clear that this team, they know when they know how to perform, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them do it again here today. But then we move on over to DIVE's matches here, and well, I mean, Squiddy, it's been looking pretty good towards the second half of the season for them. Quite the difference.
Definitely. they had like a pretty rough start, but to be fair, like the games they lost were to like Cloud Esports, were to like VisionGaming. So like these are like games you are kind of expected to lose, unless you're like Scythe of unless you're like SOS, of course. Like then you might just win against VisionGaming, but like otherwise they have been like winning against these other lower teams. They have like now these direct matchups against like TSM and SOS left for them, where they actually can maybe even climb the rankings even further. So like today is gonna be the first one of these two matches where they actually like have the chance to actually do a lot of good stuff. We talked about it, it's basically do or die, even though they have like this direct matchup against TSM and they are like tied with them. Just because of like the game differential, it's gonna be pretty hard to overtake them unless you win today. So therefore this game is gonna be like pretty much the most important one. So we are getting closer and closer towards the kickoff. I already saw like some players joining. They were
I got scared
impatient.
for a second. I was like, hang on a second. Don't ruin our production. But yeah. We're pretty much ready to go. We're pretty much ready to get things underway here. We've got all the players in the lobby, so there's one thing left to do. We've talked about the stats. We've talked about everything. I think it's time to get this started. So let's go and roll on this game. SOS Esports taking on DIVE, a match where we've seen one team maybe slump a little bit in recent weeks and one team only pick up their momentum. But only one of these teams will continue throughout the Ibex League and make it to the playoffs.
We are going into this first game. Manfield might roll it on. The players are ready to go onto the field, are ready to duel each other for playoffs, showing off today what they are capable of. SOS being the one team to beat VisionGaming, and then it is on the other side, DIVE Esports looking to make the late season comeback. We are going in, game number 1 about to start.
About to get underway, about to start, and well, I mean, it's just gonna, it's always interesting to see how these things go, right? Especially in the first game where the tone's really set, and you highlighted earlier on, demos could be a key thing in this matchup between these two teams, and already you're starting to see a couple come through, but so far, Scythe of Seraph really starting out well, getting that good sort of midfield control and being able to get a couple of shots off of the back of it. Not able to find anything so far, and well, maybe I spoke a little bit too soon there, but no, it has been controlled there by DIVE and escaped for the time being.
Oh, and they are looking to find their first shot on net as well. Here on the side of DIVE, but Splash clearing that one out. For now, Mystica on his way to like find a ball into the center, getting demoed by Turb, but the ball not quite cleared yet. Next pass towards the middle, but Njip is there to interrupt on time.
Yeah, just in time. And Mystica, speaking of on time to that 50, but it will sort of levitate back over to Swiftly here, who's got that 50 in the corner and sort of keeping this DIVE Esports side of things guessing. And well, for DIVE, this is sort of, you know, quite the crucial match. For both of these teams, it's a crucial match. But, you know, when you look at these two team seasons, DIVE, they weren't predicted to be in this position. They were predicted as the 6th best team in the league. And I mean, in the past couple of weeks, they've really come out of that slump and sort of picked up the momentum a little bit. On the side of Scythe of Seraph, it's been a completely different story. They've had a couple of losses in these past couple of weeks and are looking to get back to that form that they found in week 2 when they won a game 5 against that team of VisionGaming. But now, halfway through this game, we find ourselves in still a clean sheet. I mean, it always was showing up to be a bit of a defensive masterclass between these two teams, wasn't it?
It definitely was, and we are furthermore down with like no goals on either side, but it might change now. Nos with the first one, but no, he only finds the post. Turb with another interrupt, and there's another great shot, but Mystica finding the save once again, keeping the goal clean for now. But this might slowly but surely develop towards the first goal on either side. Nos now mid with the counter attack, and that one finds the back of the net.
Yeah, you can't leave your net open like that. Swiftly wasn't quite fast enough to it, and Nos just, I mean, had everything to work with there and gets that goal locked in for DIVE Esports. It proves that a lot of the time you might have a lot of pressure of your Scythe of Seraph, but end of the day, Scythe of Seraph have one of the lowest goal conversion rates in the league off of the back of their shots, and DIVE Esports I mean, will quite happily take advantage of any counter-attack that will be offered over to them. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. First goal secured by DIVE Esports. Now Scythe of Seraph have a little bit of a chance to maybe take a free ball there. And Mystica not quite getting up in the air in time. Maybe a little bit slow to this ball, slow to this play. And Scythe of Seraph maybe need to start picking up the pace here.
They definitely need to work on their shot conversion. They need to find the net right and now to like not fall behind in the series. And they are looking to push forward. Mystica having the shot angle and finds the back of the net. That's how you do it. Clean conversion here from Mystica with the solo play, punishing the whiff of Njip with a really nice placed shot on target. The fist coming out and showing DIVE Esports that this game 1 is not done yet.
Yeah, DIVE Esports a little bit awkward on the goal line, having, I guess, a little bit of an uncharacteristic whiff there in the defense, but now it might just double up here, a splash, making the splash here for Scythe of Seraph. And, well, I mean, Nost not quite able to get that, went for the boost, expected his teammate to hit that and make contact in the corner, but unfortunately, it was Scythe of Seraph who keep them guessing. And, well, I guess they are the ones in this instance who are diving into the back of their opponent's net.
They just showed us how they're able to score those goals really quickly, if it matters. If push comes to shove, they seem to be ready. But not done yet. When we talk about game number 1, there's still a minute and a half left for DIVE Esports to actually come back, but they for now have to defend their own net once again. Nost now being with some boost on the sidewall, getting pre-jump by Mystica off the ceiling. Finds a good 50 onto 2. And the ball not quite cleared yet. Njip no boost in the tank, but he just fakes them out, Turp. Can't convert that one into a goal though.
No, not quite. And I mean, you spoke earlier on about, I mean, this team of Scythe of Seraph, you know, we need to get them to start connecting off of these shots and converting that into goals. They've been pretty good at doing that in the past couple of minutes. A lot of the shots they've been taking have resulted in those goals. Obviously, you see them now taking the lead, but now they've been forced back into defense. And usually you'd start to sort of panic a little bit, be like, oh no, this could go a little bit, you know, wrong. It could be a little bit jumpy, but this is quite, you know, this is where they're comfortable at. Number 1 defense in the league. They're quite happy to sit there and just park the bus in a way. 45 seconds left on the clock. Yes, they only have a 1-goal lead, but now they've got to contend with a DIVE Esports who are not letting up, not giving up, and finding themselves an equalizer.
And there we see the physical plays we talked about. Nost clearing up the way, hindering Mystica from reaching that shot, and there it goes in for the 2-0-2. 40 seconds left on the clock for either of those teams to actually find another one. Otherwise, we would go to overtime. Nost with the ball in the opponent's half, but Splash in between for now. Or not done yet. Next demo by Nost, but swiftly clears that one out for now.
It's just that swiftly trying to find that shot, not quite connecting, but right back in. Splash wants in a little bit of it as well. Mystica finally for the dagger. The 1-2-3 team play from Scythe of Seraph. Punch, punch, and punch again as they absolutely demolish their way through DIVE Esports' defense and take the lead with 18 seconds remaining.
This might or might not be the final goal of this game unless DIVE Esports finds a miracle one for now to actually equalize it once again. The last seconds ticking down and this game gonna be over.
Oh, well, I mean, Scythe of Seraph, a very commanding game here, it has to be said. And I've lost a co-caster, but that's because we're trying to prove some doubters wrong in the Twitch chat. So he's been called out. Mr. Squiddy has been called out for not having a cat. But there we go, ladies and... Oh, there we... I mean, that way. There we go, ladies and... hang on. That way, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Squiddy's cat. What's his name?
It's Tim.
Her name. His name, Tim.
It's Tim.
I mean, I can't lie, that cat is adorable.
Yeah, he's
Can we get some words from Tim, or does Tim not want to...
Just give us a speech. I guess he's not in the mood.
Not even a meow or anything. Oh, yeah. He's quite happy, though. I mean, we love the cameo. We love the cameo, but... Now, Scythe of Seraph, a convincing game number 1 as we get back locked in to this game. And, well, DIVE Esports, it was a close performance, but they're going to be looking to respond, looking to fight right back in and punch right back into this series. We join onto Forbidden Temple for game number 2, and we get to find out if this is going to be 2-0 up, or if DIVE Esports are going to even out the series to a best of 3.
It's gonna be an interesting one. The first game for SOS looking quite promising after being down, like scoring those 3 goals, and they want to continue, but Splash misses the open net. Even on this level, it's still the hardest shot in the game, as we all experienced in our lives.
Oh, yes.
Playing Rocket League. You are like always scoring the bangers, you're never scoring the open nets. It's just an ego thing, you know, you don't want to get those easy goals.
you should see me in scrims, it's not a pretty sight.
Yeah, for real.
But no, so far, first 30 seconds. I wonder if Scythe of Seraph are going to look back on that right and think maybe, you know, what could have been towards the end of this game. But DIVE Esports have been gifted a sort of golden opportunity to fight back here. They are not going to start this game from a 1-0 deficit, and what they are going to start this from is a little bit of an edgeable potential, but no, the demo comes through, the physicality is there, it will not matter, as Turb is there for the follow-up. First goal secured by DIVE Esports, and they take advantage of every opportunity that their opponent is going to give them. I have to say, that was speed to that ball right there from DIVE.
What a great shot by Turb. They're finding it bar down over the defender. There was not much of a margin for error there, but he manages to find the goal, finding the back of the net with this one. But we saw DIVE Esports being ahead in game 1 as well. Didn't age pretty good there, to like pull it like that. So they actually have to find this lead over, bring this lead over the line this time. Maybe even extend it a bit further. So like these like double hitters of SOS like they conceded in the first game are not quite as consequential. But right now they are in their defense, trying to defend against Swiftly, and doing this quite favorable, to be honest.
Well, a minute and a half throughout this game has already been played, and still a long time to go, a long marathon in this series for Scythe of Seraph to not only come back in this game, but also continue to set the tone from their opening game number 1. But, I mean, when you look towards this series, the players, they've got to be well aware of these implications, right? Surely. And why wouldn't you be? You have to think the nerves could start to pop up, could start to show here, because you lose this best of 5, your season is over, guaranteed. Splash, though, trying to keep this going for Scythe of Seraph. A little bit of a whiff coming through. CC quite happy, Engib quite happy to knock that one away. But Scythe of Seraph, they've not quite looked like their game 1 selves here, and now they've got to try and break out of a defensive situation. Mystica going to be the player to try and get that into action, but Scythe of Seraph, I mean, I want to see some, it worked last time, right? I'm going to try it again. I want to see some shooting, I want to see some goals.
And Nost might deliver on that fantasy, finds the dunk, but it's only onto the post. So Splash gets credited with the save, but that could have been in and would have doubled their lead. Almost halfway through the game, Turb now trying to defend on that side. Nost taking over this one, has the reset, but can't find his way around Splash on that one. Engib missing that one as well as Swiftly. So there's opening up some room for Scythe of Seraph to actually convert into an equalizer. Next pass towards the middle by Splash. Engib being overplayed on this one. Turb missing again. And that's the equalizer. It was kind of lying in the air a bit, you know, like, but these are like the mistakes you just can't allow you to do yourself, you know?
Yeah, I mean, especially from a team who is very, I guess, rated quite highly in their saves per game. I mean, it's not quite showing here so far. DIVE maybe crumbling on that and letting Scythe of Seraph have all the space in the world to make that passing play. But now, speaking of space, Splash had a lot of it, and this time it's different. This time Engib is there to take that space away. Mystica waiting on the sidewall, but the pass isn't quite what he was probably hoping for, and it's going to have to be the 50s played in the midfield to try and break through, try and get out of this situation. And they've done a good job to break through, but now what are they going to be able to do? Because there's 2 players waiting on the back wall to try and sort of transition the play into an attack, but been able to do quite well, to be honest, off of that. And, well, once again, we just see this, I guess, play out quite equally between these 2 teams. This is such an even matchup.
It definitely is, like, all these games being so close. and in my opinion, also completely deservedly so. There was not a game, neither like the first game nor the second one, where I would say like, okay, one team like really being that much ahead of the other one. So like having these close-up games, having these tight games really makes sense in regard of that series so far. But in the end, there always has to be a winner. If not in the 5 minutes, we always go to overtime to like collect the last goal to decide it all. And right now it looks like we are moving into that direction for this game number 2, unless we're seeing like a lucky punch towards the end. Turp has to clear that one out. Njib looking for the dunk, doesn't really find it, and Nost also not really successful in pulling a pass on that one. DIVE Esports, they want to find it now, and they do! Nost, after another assist from Njib, finds the back of the net, 16 seconds left on the clock. Is that the decider on this one?
I think it very well could be. We saw a similar fate in the last match, but it was the other side of things. It was Scythe of Seraph who found the late dagger, but this time DIVE have really plunged into, I guess, a lead here with not very much time left on the clock. I mean, the benefit of Scythe of Seraph having it on the right side of the field, but the 50 not going their way, the possession not in their hands, and well, they'll have one last crack at it on 0 seconds. This is good, actually. 2 players beat, but early challenge from Turb to pop things up in the sky. Kept up, though, and still, there's still some time to be played here, but this should be brought to ground. And it was a little bit of a weak shot, but they couldn't really do anything else. Scythe of Seraph going to drop game number 2 to DIVE Esports, and DIVE Esports going to even out the series here, Squiddy. I mean, what a game number 2, and what a way for DIVE Esports to, I guess, re-emerge here in the series and show this isn't going to be an easy one, right? This is going to be a long, hard series for them for both of these teams to try and stake their claim at why they deserve a place in those playoffs.
Most definitely, like. And I feel like both of these games have been like so similar when it comes to like how they started, how they were like going, only like this time with like the better end for like DIVE Esports. But if you think about it, like we start with a lead of DIVE. We come like with the equalizer of SOS this time. They are like not pulling ahead after that. We are like one-on-one all tied up for like most of the game, and then we see like this late winning goal similar to like game 1. It's just like showing why these teams are like similar, why these teams are like so close in the table as well in the standing, fighting for playoffs. And I can also like see like why it might be like more chill to like fall back a bit on defense, like not go too much risk. Like there have been stated there has been stated that there might be like some nerves on this matchup because they know it's do or die. So you don't want to be like the silly guy, you know? You don't want to be like the one who's making a mistake which loses you the series, which loses you the playoffs in consequence of that. So them all being like a bit more chill, like playing a bit slower, does definitely make some sense.
It does. Well, game number 3 certainly underway now. See who's going to take the lead and put themselves on match point in this series. And already some high-octane aggression from both of these teams. Scythe of Seraph getting stuck in to DIVE Esports' corner, but Nost getting stuck in to the midfield and the air and the whole airspace of Scythe of Seraph. But Scythe of Seraph, they found a breakthrough. Can they catch up in time? Can they get that centered? And well, they have. I mean, I'm not sure what quite happened there. Maybe they thought the shot was coming, but I mean, it was DIVE Esports just crumbled.
Really well done by Splash, predicting that Nost would be ready for that direct shot, therefore just centering it where Mystica is waiting, and then he just has the open net in front of him, scoring it without further problems on that one. And the last time we had SOS in the lead, they won it in the end. To be fair, they only had like a lead once, or actually twice, but like it was like only one game in like game 1. So they have to like prove to like bring this over the finish line once again. We might see them now like being falling back further like onto their strength, like just having the stable defense, just like not letting much go through their ball. They can like just pull back their defensive man a bit further. Don't have to like push up that far to like force goals. And I feel like that's kind of the confidence.
Oh, no.
Oh, no! What a tragedy!
Oh, it was always going to happen, wasn't it? That is the second time in the 2 games that we've said Scythe of Seraph, you know, I wouldn't be surprised to see them, you know, switch to a more defensive playstyle, because that's where they're confident, right? And 2 out of 2 times we've said that, a goal has come immediately after we've said that. The first time, it was DIVE Esports equalising it. The second time is Scythe of Seraph scoring a lovely own goal to keep things interesting, so to speak. But that's also the second time that Scythe of Seraph have completely blundered things, because, well, when you look at things here, I mean, Squiddy, I mean, you look at the missed open net last time. This time, I mean, what's happened there? Own goal. I mean, you've got to feel like this could be so much better for Scythe of Seraph, but they're just like making these individual mistakes, and you've got to wonder, what, because the players all know the implications of the matchup, could this be the nerves starting to show?
It might definitely be the case, but this might or might not bring back DIVE Esports into this game number 3. And whoever wins this game, obviously also being on match point, doesn't make the stakes of this game any lower than the ones before. We also might like just notice really quick that these teams actually scrimmed against each other. And they were like pretty successful doing so, even scrimming each other like against each other last week. But yeah, they were like both quite happy with the results. You know, like according to NGIP, they won like the first games, lost like focus, and therefore like lost all the others. So like obviously SOS therefore claiming to be the victor, but in the meantime Turb just scoring the lead, completely out of focus, and therefore bringing DIVE Esports back from the dead.
Yeah, DIVE Esports retaking the lead here. I mean, it's honestly quite funny in a way. I shouldn't laugh at this, but Scythe of Seraph twice in a row have brought this upon themselves based off of their own mistakes, and now have got to fight right back. Although NGIB getting that 50 locked in with Mystica, bump coming through, this is an open ball, and well, I mean, Swiftly had to react quickly, and to be fair, didn't do too bad on it in the end of things, but that's a little bit of a lovely touchdown. The shot was faked and it was just the pass in the end of things, but DIVE Esports not able to quite connect the pieces there. Scythe of Seraph gonna, I guess, stay grounded and stay aware of their opponents. But a minute and 20 seconds remaining here. Anything can happen. Bump coming through, shot not found, and well, Scythe of Seraph gonna certainly need to find something in the next minute or so, or well, we're just gonna be looking at a 2-1 situation for DIVE Esports here.
Would definitely turn the series around for DIVE Esports if that was about to happen. After losing game 1 in a close fashion, they might now bring it at least close towards home. Obviously not quite done yet after this game. But even this game obviously not yet to be decided. 1 minute left on the clock for SOS, for Scythe of Seraph to actually come back. What a save by Nost. Mystica missing the open net, looking for the double tap, but only kind of clearing it out for DIVE Esports. Just like being some homies over there, helping them with this one. Swiftly dodging the bump, and the ball just flying around in front of the net of DIVE Esports, like no one really expecting it to just float around there. So we don't see a goal there. It's just, this game actually like is actually kind of fun to cast, not gonna lie. Like, there's just so much happening all over the place.
Oh, don't even. It's quite infuriating at the same time. Could someone just score the goal? Oh my goodness!
No! Oh my god! Mystica being denied. Mystica being denied by his own teammate. Oh my goodness! I can't even say this should have been the equalizer. This must have been the equalizer, man.
I don't even know what to say. That might be, that quite literally might be the single most, the single biggest throw I have ever seen in an individual
That's crazy, man.
Own goal, and then somehow managed to fuck over the equalizer that badly. So, I don't know. I'm sorry. I mean, we need some sort of redemption here in game number 4, because Scythe of Seraph, they're on their last legs, and they certainly look like it here on the pitch as well.
It's like, the thing is, if there was like any advantage to be gained by losing the series, I'm sure like people would scream for like match fixing right now. Like they would just like call the investigators, like, Edmonds, please look at the series. What the fuck was that? Like, you just saw it. Like the own goal, they're just denying each other the goal. Like, How? That was like not possible to whip. Like just leave it to Mystica, man. Like what?
Oh well, anyway, this just gets a whole lot more interesting as we head over to the Coliseum and put 5 more minutes on the clock. But will it be the last 5 minutes of Scythe of Seraph's Ibex League season as they try to hurl themselves on a comeback story into the playoffs? And the first step to success comes from Swiftly, a redirect to give Scythe of Seraph the opener.
Well done by Swiftly on this one, finding the back of the net. And therefore, like, kind of going on a redemption arc with that one after, like, denying Mystica this goal, the equalizer in the game before. And now he wants to do it once again, looking for the bump, finding Njip! But Turp is there to bail out his bumped teammate. So no 2-goal lead quite early for Scythe of Seraph yet. And therefore it's DIVE Esports under pressure right now. Obviously they have the match point at their back. Can like allow themselves to drop another game. But ideally they just don't want to like let things come to this game 5, you know? Like game 5s can be really chaotic. There's like, you make like one mistake, the game ends 1-0, you lose the series, it just sucks, you know? So like better just close it out now.
Yeah, better to close it out now. And well, they're gonna have some work to do on that regard, but Scythe of Seraph have now put themselves comfortably in the lead. They've really set the pace for this game number 4, and as you can see from the regression here, they're not looking like they have any chance of slowing down anytime soon. Turp though, just going to keep this one close for the time being, finding a reset while his teammates are running interference in the background, and well, thankfully Njip's rotated back to that midfield position, ready to, I guess, just continue this midfield lockout as DIVE tried to slowly encroach their way on at that Scythe of Seraph turf, but it's not allowed. It's taken over to that sidewall. Turb just sort of dunks it past everyone, and well, Scythe of Seraph, they're holding on here on the defense. I'm quite happy that they are, to be completely honest with you, because I don't think I could take another moment from what we've seen already. But no, a minute and a half into the game, and still that lead held here by Scythe of Seraph.
Yeah, if you concede that equalizer, at least let it be earned by DIVE Esports, by like some good plays or some good pressure over a longer period of time. But right now, SOS holding on for dear lives to actually bring this lead over the finish line, and Swiftly even extending it, doubling this lead in size. 2-0, second goal for him in this game. He wants to complete his redemption arc, and at least you can see like this game 3 didn't really affect them too much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's positive signs, right? When you have a moment like that, when you know you have a couple of moments like that, it can be quite easy to get in your own head about it and think, all right, you know, this is over. The team chemistry, to be quite honest, looked awful in that game number 3. But I mean, I think that just shows the bigger picture here in game number 4. Being able to bounce back like this really sets you up well for going to game number 5 and having to really pull out all the stops here. And I think this series deserves a game number 5, right? It feels like it's destined for it. And well, I would love to see that game number 5 shootout. But I mean, yeah, I mean, either way, we're going to have a winners interview lined up afterwards. So it'll be interesting to get the I guess the how do I say it, the perspective of one of these teams, depending on who comes out on top, and just see what it was like to be in this situation. But so far, so good here for Scythe of Seraph. DIVE Esports really struggling to get control of the possession here, and it feels like Scythe of Seraph are just faster to a lot of these balls.
Yeah, also we can see that like DIVE Esports not always being as precise as they would need to be in order to actually get around that defense! Oh my god, Mystica bailing out his teammate. That was a big whiff by Splash. But now the counter-attack rolling on. Njip just closely saving that one. That could have been the 3-0 for Scythe of Seraph to actually like kind of put the final nail in the coffin on this game number 4. But they keep a slight chance of like DIVE Esports coming back alive on that one. Swiftly being up early, both whiffing. And Njip, no boost in the tank, not really able to like do a lot with this ball. Just slamming it onto the backboard of Scythe of Seraph. And DIVE Esports just not finding the ways to actually get through the defensive lines of Scythe of Seraph. They are holding on to this 2-goal lead. They're just defending as much as they can. And Engine missing the net again. DIVE Esports, they have the chances, but they are just not pulling it through.
Yeah, not quite yet. Still a minute left on the clock, and DIVE gonna have a couple more attacks. You'd hope double commit, but I mean double the chance to hit the ball, and they do just that. But now, as their counter attack starts to come through, that double commit could come back to bite them, as the rotations have to be perfect. Thankfully, they essentially just passed it over to Engib, and I'm quite happy to see that, I guess, beat back over to them as well. It's a little bit of pinball here in the final 30 seconds, it seems. Both teams just trying to, obviously, I guess, find their different goals. If you're just looking for something, if you're this Scythe of Seraph side, just looking to close this game out very sort of, peacefully. And to do that, all they need to do is just continue to hold on to this possession, not let their opponents have these chances. That's exactly what they've done, as you see that ball boom to the other side of the field. And we will see this go the distance. We will see this go to 5.
It definitely will go to Game 5 and also creating at least some momentum for this Game 5 for Scythe of Seraph. Looking to qualify for the playoffs after being 2-1 down. Now equalizing the series score and bringing themselves on the way to actually do it. DIVE Esports, they now have to go back to the drawing board, find a way to actually decide this last game for themselves. And I can just emphasize it. It's gonna come down to like who actually scores the first goal. I feel like these two teams are like just so good defensively. They are just like so confident when they like can pull back a bit further. So I just don't see like real comebacks like always being the possibility, you know? Like I feel like the team which scores just like pulls back and defends for the rest of the time and like maybe even scores like a counter attack because like the other team over pushes or something. It's like so hard to like actually find a way through these defenses.
Yeah, well, it always felt like it was going to come down to this. It always deserved to come down to this. I hate to do this here, but I'm going to make an ABBA reference. The loser has to fall. The winner will stand tall. I think I've butchered that somehow, but we were going to get a cool transition into the game. But the players have messed it up, and they needed a second. So, we'll put aside the music references, thankfully, and actually cast a game number 5 between two teams who are fighting for one playoff position here, Squiddy, and only one of them can go through. Scythe of Seraph on a redemption story. DIVE Esports looking to, I guess, snowball that momentum that they've been finding in the past couple of weeks. It all comes down to this.
It definitely does, and we might already see the first goal of this game number 5. But in the end, there's no one of Scythe of Seraph to actually finish that one. Looked quite open to me, but in the end, they didn't find it. That would have definitely been like a huge disaster early on into the game for DIVE Esports, but they are spared for now. Not to be worried about coming back from a deficit yet. But Scythe of Seraph looking to change that.
Looking to do just that. And, well, so far, I mean, Scythe of Seraph, they've had that good possession. They've had that touch back over to the back wall, and their rotations now just have to be perfect. Mystica right back into the action to keep this in play. Swiftly just lurking in that midfield, waiting for the touch, but it will be Splash to receive this one. Little bit of an unfortunate touch, but it is able to be, I guess, collected there by his teammate. Minute into this game, and Scythe of Seraph have had that pressure. They've had those good signs, but those good signs can be turned around in an instant when you cook that pressure up, but the whiff comes through, and now Swiftly has a golden opportunity, but no, it's sort of the rotation cut there by the DIVE Esports side of things. They look to just sort of get a handle on things as well. It's everyone just looking for stability, right? And in these situations, Squiddy, it can be so hard to find that stability.
Yeah, DIVE Esports like also now trying to look for more demos again. We saw two close to each other pretty much in this first 1.5 minutes already. Trying to like bang their way through the cast of Scythe of Seraph. You know, if you can't beat them, just demo them. It's the classic rule of Rocket League. Just get them out of the way so you have more space to create your chances. And this might work, but what a save by Swiftly!
Oh my goodness, he's been the man. I mean, keeping them out of these positions time and time again, you have to say. We talked about it before, a man who's on a road of redemption. But speaking of redemption, I mean, the demos are certainly gonna find them a little bit of a chance to make a redemption with the space that they've gained. And now it's Splash looking for this bump, looking to just hassle the last defender. But, I mean, it's not going to be quite good enough, and it will be beat back out to this midfield. Scythe of Seraph looking to try and cook up this attack. They've had so much possession, a lot of pressure as well, but no goals to speak for it here in game number 5. This has been the match that we expected it to. This has been the defensive masterclass from both of these teams that we needed to see here, Squiddy, and well, it only feels fitting, like we're getting, I guess, a possession game right in this final moment where both of these teams need to throw everything on the line. Mystica trying to get that one past Turb, but not going to be able to. And, well, final 2 minutes here. Let's see who can make the first mark.
It's most definitely gonna be a super close game in this game 5. Maybe even just a single goal between victory and loss. I would not be surprised if this one ends 1-0. And this might be the 4. Nost finding the back of the net and putting DIVE Esports into the lead. They are looking to collect this game 5 victory. And now we have 1 minute and 43 seconds left on the clock for Scythe of Seraph to actually save their own souls. Pun intended.
Well, you saw those eyes on the goal explosion. That's all 3 of the eyes of DIVE Esports as players staring down this Scythe of Seraph team and saying, got 1 minute 30, you know, you better start picking up the pace here, or, well, I guess you're just going to be eliminated from this competition. We're going to be going to playoffs. So let's see. Scythe of Seraph, they come in clutch plenty of times, but now they need to be the ones to make the mark. They need to be the ones to once again find something out of nothing. Swiftly back down to Turb. It's just going to be flick over the top. Turb wants this second goal, but it's not going to be given to him easy. Swiftly has to be poised and composed here. Splash also making that save, getting involved. Scythe of Seraph, I mean, getting themselves out of danger time and time again. But now the pace cooks back up and Turb will find another one.
DIVE Esports looking to recover after that game 4 loss. They want to finish the series strong, and they are looking damn strong in this game 5 to begin with. Under a minute left, they have the 2-goal lead. So unless we see like some crazy throwing here, this might be the game for them. This might be the series for them. And in consequence might be the playoffs for them. We talked about it many times, what the stakes of this game are. It comes down to the single BO1, and DIVE Esports are looking damn strong.
They are indeed. 30 seconds left before DIVE Esports have clinched themselves a spot in the playoffs and send Scythe of Seraph, a team who looked so good in the early stages of this season. A 3-0 versus My Insanity, a 3-2 versus VisionGaming, and they're still looking for the 3-2 versus DIVE Esports. Mystica, right place, right time, and over the top of the second man. And Scythe of Seraph hold on to some form of belief here in the final 20 seconds.
And they're looking for the kickoff stretch, trying to find like the final trump card in their arsenal to actually collect this equalizer. The last 10 seconds are ticking down. This might come down to a buzzer beater. The ball is in their half. Splash finding the air dribble out. Can he find his teammate? He gets bumped. DIVE Esports finding the drop onto the floor, collecting the win here in a close game 5. All these games being so damn close by, exciting. But in the end, DIVE Esports stand strong, stand victorious over SOS and clinching their spot in the playoffs.
A lovely series there from DIVE Esports. Really well managed, really good series in general, and like you say, clinching that spot in the playoffs over Scythe of Seraph, who are going to be eliminated and will have no chance of making it to the playoffs after that game. But I mean, what a series. And you know, in general, in terms of the season, what a comeback from DIVE Esports, starting you know, in the first 3 weeks with, you know, maybe not the greatest games. They got one win, but overall, I mean, two losses in the first couple of weeks, being able to sort of bring that back in the past couple of weeks to win, I believe, 3 games in a row. Could be wrong there, but I believe it was, if you count this game. Really well managed there by DIVE Esports, and a really good series in general from them here to lock that playoff position. We will head to a quick break. But when we come back, we will have the DIVE Esports player himself, NJib, for an interview. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, everybody. After an incredible series on the stream there, with DIVE taking down SOS in a Game 5 banger, we now have, I guess, the man, the myth, the legend, NJib, joining us here on the mainstream of well, it's not the mainstream, but it's our mainstream. It's our mainstream. So yeah, NJib, welcome. And I mean, first of all, I just want to get the overall thoughts on the matchup. How do you feel like, how are you feeling coming into this game? I know we did a little bit of an interview with you guys beforehand, but what were the thoughts and feelings coming into the game, and maybe how did those transition on the pitch?
I think coming into the game, we were pretty confident because of the scrims last week. We won, and we also swept them 3-0 at the beginning and stuff. So we were pretty much confident, and we thought we could 3-0 them. And we got into the field, and we sucked ass, basically. We played... the overall feeling for the team is that we didn't play well enough. We could have done much better, so clearly, but we still made it. That's the biggest part, I guess. Unless the tiebreakers are changed, because normally we really thought that tiebreakers were at 2-8. So for us, we are going to the playoffs. But if they change our stuff, we don't know yet.
TBD.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you just mentioned this game might very well secured you like the place in playoffs. In general, you only basically lost to like VisionGaming and Cloud Esports, which is like kind of to be expected. Like obviously you also like try to like beat those teams in the end, but like these are like the clear 2 top dogs right now playing each other for like first place tomorrow. So like, is there has there been like some maybe misconceptions of like the strength of your team based on like these 2 games being like that early when like other teams hadn't faced them yet, and therefore like pushing you lower down in the table? Or do you think like the game against like TSM is gonna show like something else as well?
Honestly, I'm not quite sure because I wasn't there for the first game, so I was in holiday, so I didn't get quite the feeling of everyone faking and stuff. Kind of came on the 4th week. I think I came back. So first games, I have no idea what it's like playing against them. So I don't know if it's showing us slower than we are or not. And to see if TSM, if Juju is with us or not again, because he's from DIVE. So yeah, overall, I cannot say clearly not being in the first games.
All right. Well, I was sort of gonna, once again ask you about the season. Obviously, like Squiddy said, Cloud and VisionGaming may be the teams that you guys are more sort of predicted to lose to, whereas the rest of the teams, I mean, you guys maybe didn't have the greatest start. Obviously, losing to Cloud 0-3, and then VisionGaming in week 3 0-3. What's the sort of bounce back been like in the last couple of weeks? Obviously, you guys needed to sort of put on a performance to get to this place. I mean, the win against SG, UME, My Insanity, which was, I guess, some people considered a little bit of an upset, most notably our producer, who's been panicking in the background. but then also now today, Scythe of Seraph as well. I mean, what's the comeback been like?
It's feeling great. I think that me coming back and us ditching Risk, which was a sub, with the lowest shooting percentage. I'm a great contender as well, but not that low yet. But I think the feeling of coming back and pretty much winning every single game since I came back, it's quite great. And we hope we can make playoffs and maybe be the underdogs and surprise people.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a scenario that might occur, that might like happen. But yeah, we have to wait out if like the tiebreaker rules actually change, or like it's a bit confusing, like bit of confusion going on in this whole thing right now, I feel. But yeah, right now you are still like on the verge of like making it anyway, so I wish you guys great luck when it comes to that.
Thanks.
So for like my final question, I showed like my cat after like being doubted of actually being a cat owner. I had to like show my cat on stream. So like How is like your two cats doing? You know, like the viewers just love pets. They just want to know what's going on.
They're doing all right. My cat is actually gone back to my house because my parents are back from holidays, so I only have one at home yet. Right now, kind of sad. He didn't notice me winning. I mean, it's not like he gives a shit when I scream at home. Yeah, he's sleeping. It's a cat.
Yeah.
It's a cat after, yeah.
Yeah.
My cat is sleeping as well right now.
I'm just gonna say for Mystico that my cats won about my cats are better than his dog. They won.
Okay, we are starting wars right now.
We're gonna get pets beef here. That's the next rivalry. That's why we've got to go crazy on the next production for the cats beef. Kasalian, write it down.
Yeah.
But no, I have a question for you as well. Actually, just quickly, would your cat then beat Mr. Squiddy's cat in a 1v1?
Depends on what kind of 1v1 it is. If it's eating 1v1, for sure it can.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You've never seen my cat, brother. You have never seen my cat when it comes to eating.
Have you still got the cat? Have you still got the cat, Mr. Squiddy? Around? Is he still around?
I'm gonna.
Hang on. Yeah. I mean, we'll wait for it to come back because we're slightly being a bit.
Oh, he's there. He's coming.
Oh, hang on.
There he is. The cat.
He's pretty fit compared to mine. He's pretty fit. Big chungus.
Oh, let's go.
That's a big boy right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. I mean, someone write that down. We'll make a cat Rocket League competition.
Yes,
but no, I guess the last thing is to give you an opportunity for some sort of closing thoughts. Any shout outs you want to give to the cats or to your team, or to the other team? Any shout outs at all? Any final closing messages? Promote yourself, do whatever.
I think the only thing I can say is that we promise we're going to do better next time because we're not proud of this game, clearly not, but we're going to try and make it better for the playoffs if we do it based on the tiebreaker. And next week as well, yeah, TSM.
All right. Well, that's absolutely brilliant. And good luck for that game next week. And, I mean, we'll be back technically next week. It's technically, I guess, next week tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow with some more action here on the Vision Gaming live stream. It is a battle for first place tomorrow between Cloud and Vision Gaming. So stay tuned. Oh, actually don't stay tuned. Please go and do something between today and tomorrow. But come back tomorrow. That's what I'm trying to say there. Come back tomorrow at some point for the game between Vision Gaming and Cloud Esports, and make sure to go and check out Vision Gaming's socials to see when that match is going to be live. So until then, I hope everyone has a great rest of your evening and a great day tomorrow as well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for that match. Good night.